So let's talk about Burlesque with Cher and Christina Aguilera, which celebrated its 10th anniversary last year. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2010 backstage musical flick, Burlesque, released by Screen Gems, directed by Stephen Anton, starring Cher along with Christina Aguilera, plus Eric Dane, Julianne Hough, Alan Cumming, Peter Gallagher, Stanley Tucci, and Kristen Bell. Now, this film is in a way a guilty pleasure of mine. Now, I never thought we would actually finally get to see the other former teen pop princess of the late 90s, early 2000s on here, since Britney Spears had just done Crossroads almost a decade before this, but that's another story. But unlike that film, this did a little bit better than that one. Anyway, this film did pretty well. And Cher and Christina actually contributed to the soundtrack album, as Christina contributed 8 out of the 10 tunes on the album, while Cher taking the remaining 2. Anyway, it also received a couple of Grammy Award nominations, and also Cher won the Golden Globe for Best Original Song for the song You Haven't Seen the Last of Me, penned by one of my favorite songwriters, Miss Diane Warren, who of course wrote Cher's big hit, If I Could Turn Back Time, plus a lot of other songs, even a few from her. Anywho, let's get into our story. Now, Christina Aguilera plays Allie Rose, whose mother passed when she was 7, and she moves to LA after she quits her bar job when her boss refuses to pay her. Once in LA, she tries and fails at every audition she does until one night she finds herself unknowingly in a burlesque club when she hears the music on the street. She finds Tess, that's Cher, and the dancers performing Welcome to Burlesque, and decides to pursue a career on stage once she meets Jack, who is played by Cam. I may have trouble pronouncing it. It's Giganet at the club's bar, and Jack refers her to Tess for an audition, but she is instantly rejected and ushered out by Sean, played by Stanley Tucci. Instead of leaving, Allie begins serving customers at the club as a waitress. When Georgia, that's, well, Dancing with the Stars alumna Julianne Hough, becomes pregnant, auditions are held to replace her. Allie begins her audition when everyone leaves, and after performing Wagon Wheel with Tootsie, persuades Tess to allow her to become one of the club's dancers, much to the annoyance of Nikki, that's Kristen Bell. Yes, this was still before she voiced Anna in Frozen, who happens to be the lead performer and also a drunk. One day, Allie has to replace Nikki on stage because she's too drunk to perform. So she sabotages the performance by turning off the music that the dancers usually lip sync to. But before the curtain is dropped down, Allie impresses everyone with her amazing singing skills. Tess immediately decides to have Allie become the main star of a whole new show in the club. And it becomes increasingly popular, and Allie enjoys her newfound stardom while Nikki fumes in the background. Despite the club's growing success, Tess is still unable to pay the bank the money that she owes. One night after the club closes, Tess, worried with the club's economic prospects, sings, "You Haven't Seen the Last of Me." The very jealous Nikki shows up drunk and picks a fight with her. She feels that Tess has rejected their long-term friendship for Allie. Tess, who has grown frustrated with Nikki, defends Allie and questions her gratitude for the help that she has received from her during her many drunken binges. Angered, Nikki quits on the spot before falsely claiming that she slept with Vince, played by Peter Gallagher, after his and Tess's honeymoon, and the altercation ends when Tess angrily retaliates by smashing the passenger side window on Nikki's convertible with a crowbar. Ooh, yeah, Nikki's really pissed. Sorry, forgive me. Meanwhile, Allie and Jack become romantically attracted to each other. However, Jack is unable to act on his growing feelings for Allie due to his engagement to his girlfriend, who is away in New York City for work as an actress. Jack is encouraged by Sean to end the engagement, as Allie is a better person than his shallow fiance. Marcus, played by Eric Dane, begins to become increasingly infatuated with Allie, who begins to spend time with him, making Jack jealous. At George's wedding, Jack appears to call off his engagement and becomes drunk. That night, Allie and Jack sleep together, but the following morning, Jack's fiancée Natalie unexpectedly returns from her play and finds the two friends in bed together, angrily insisting that she and Jack never broke up. Jack denies this, and while trying to fix things, asks Allie to leave. Feeling heartbroken and betrayed, she runs to Sean for support and learns that Sean is gay. Yikes. He has just spent the night with the DJ from Georgia's wedding. While making coffee, Allie receives a call from Marcus, and Sean prompts her to go with Marcus after his phone call, while Sean and Mark, the DJ, go on a date. Yikes. Okay, now for the ending. You have 5 seconds to stop this video. Please go to the description box and fast forward to the time below to avoid ending spoilers. If you've seen the movie, continue on after the 5 seconds. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. While spending time with Marcus, Allie learns about air rights, which refers to the empty space above a building and what can be done with it. Allie breaks things off with Marcus after she sees his plans to build a skyscraper on the property the club is on. Marcus protests this, asking why this suddenly makes him the bad guy, to which Allie replies, "It doesn't, Marcus. It just makes you the wrong guy." Allie tells Tess about the predicament, and together they inform the owner of the new $1 million condos across the street. Fearing the loss of business that would result from the obstruction of his prospective tenant's view, he purchased the air rights to the club's property. The resulting money is enough for Tess to buy out Vince's share, as they are divorced and he wanted out of the club, pay off the bank, and refashion the club to her own vision. She also makes up with Nikki, who tells Tess that she claimed she slept with Vince just to hurt her, and rehires her at the club after Nikki tells her she wants to come home. In the end, Allie reunites with Jack after he tells her that it's over with Natalie for good. Natalie was in denial, having cared more about her job than her relationship with Jack. After she finally earns Nikki's respect, Allie performs Show Me How You Burlesque, written by Jack, who refused to allow Allie to listen or see his music throughout the movie due to it not being ready, with all the dancers on the stage, much to the crowd's delight. End of story, my friends. So, what did I think of Burlesque? I actually love it. I have seen a few times. I went and saw this in the theater, and I'm just gonna say I just love it. I did have a poster. I got rid of it though no hard feelings. Now I'm gonna say if a friend of mine is watching this, I'm pretty sure it's Ogre Boy 1992. Now, don't be mad. I know you're not a Christina Aguilera person, and that's understandable. Okay, but I like both her and Britney, but for different reasons though. But they do share some of the same quality. Well, yeah, no, you get the point. All right, enough about that. Now, what do I think of the movie completely? Well, I think the story's not too bad. Now, I did like Christoph Beck's score for this. Um, and I really gotta say, everyone in this movie is really good. I really love Christina Aguilera as Ally and Cher playing Tess. I've gotta say, a great performance. While I have seen maybe a few of Cher's other flicks, like Mermaids, for instance, yeah, and let's see, Cam Gigandit, if that's how you pronounce it, as Jack, really good. Kristen Bell, well, after seeing her as TV's Veronica Mars, and before she made a big comeback on the screen as that particular character, I mean, she surprised me as Nikki. Stanley Tucci playing Sean, very good. We also have Eric Daniels Marcus. Alan Cumming, I know that is, plays character Alexis. Now, it was really cool to see Julianne Hough in this as Georgia, because after this, she'd go on to star in the Footloose remake. I might review that sometime. And Rock of Ages, which I have yet to see that one. Peter Gallagher is pretty good. I'm just gonna say it's not too bad. Also, James Brolin's in this too. He plays Mr. Anderson. But anyway, the film went on to make 90 million worldwide, and an additional 42 million in domestic video sales for both DVD and Blu-ray. Well, also the music is pretty good. I mean, I really did enjoy and what have you. I really enjoyed it. I mean, Cher and Christina really did a really good job on these here tunes. I'm just gonna say it's just so killer. This movie has some hot stuff in it, and I'll just say it's just one of my many favorite chick flicks. So the question is, would I recommend Burlesque? As much as I'm really sorry to say this, hell yeah! This is one hot flick you need to see. I really loved it. I revisited it a few months ago last year. I mean, while I wasn't quick enough to celebrate its anniversary last year, I forgot all about it, but I decided to make it up. And what can I say? I think Burlesque is killer. I mean, Cher and Christina Aguilera were both superb. But you don't have to take my word for it. You be the judge. So, anyway. So, what are your thoughts on Burlesque? Tell me in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Okay, join me next time when I bring to you a review of another chick flick that recently celebrated its anniversary last year, Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other fun-filled chick flicks. Just for fun. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Bring It On, which I did for its 20th anniversary last year. I will review the sequel sometime down the road. In the upper, but if you want some better chick action, go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of Charlie's Angels, which celebrated its 20th anniversary last year as well, but I did just a year before. Or if you want some more music, go to the bottom left-hand corner and see my recent review of Grease 2, which I know doesn't get a lot of love and respect. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.